draw on the
Let me
special
stop
grant
it
for
there.
repairs, the SGR,
Let me
to
stop it. Spending from the NIR.
Mhm.
You and I spoke about that already, but we have people who never hear. Tell us what your views on that statement.
That would be a monumental exercise in futility and stupidity. It's a lack of understanding as to how the country is run. We have two accounts. We have the fiscal account that deal with domestic things, and we have the external account of which the NIR is a part that deal with external issues. We are already spending the NIR, in case that councillor didn't know. We spent 770 million out of the NIR since the start of this year, resulting in a drop in the NIR by 67 million in October, right? The NIR is like your international savings to deal with the problems when you're running out of foreign exchange and you need the NIR to back you. If you start to spend the NIR above what we're doing, 770 million gone since the year already, then more pressures will come on the dollar and people will bolt and the dollar will drop. And remember, for the benefit of that council and your listeners, every time the dollar drops by 1%, the debt goes up by $14 billion and the interest payments go up by $600 million because 62% of Jamaica's debt is denominated in United States dollars. So the media people and the council, they are ignorant as to how this thing runs. And that is a part of the problem. We have too many people who don't understand these things, who are just talking.
And let me just tell the viewers, that was a PNP councillor talking rubbish.
Yeah, man, rubbish and talking. Garbage. Once we do that, then all hell will break loose.
We call it how we see it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a PNP councillor talking rubbish.
Yep.
If you start spending from the NIR.
Spending more, remember we're already
spending. If you start spending more. But what will happen to a rally if we continue spending the way we are spending from the NIR?
The thing about run down and the man are attacking more. The speculators are attacking more. Yeah? And that is why we needed to hear from the finance minister to say that we are already in discussions with the IMF, we are in discussions with the World Bank, we are in discussions with the IDB and external bilateral partners. Yeah? And this is the probability in terms of the flows that we could see. Yeah, and we're already in discussions with the Bank of Jamaica and the Jamaica Bankers Association as to how we'll get credit to the small business people and all of those people as part of the economic recovery plan. We need an economic recovery plan which must indicate what is it that we are doing in terms of our external partners. What we need now is more foreign exchange rather than less foreign exchange.
So how are we going to get more foreign exchange, though, Raleigh? The bread basket, which is St. Elizabeth, is out and maybe will be out for another year.
Right. So which is the point that I'm making. That means that you are going to be importing more. So that is why you need to get a backstop from the IMF. The IMF has all those facilities, resilient sustainability facility. We need to get a backstop from the IMF. Once you get that backstop from the IMF, it will trigger more funds from IDB, World Bank, and those places because they work together. If the IMF not to deal with you or you don't approach the IMF, them money don't want to give them money because the IMF is like the executioner who tell them to ensure that people can get back their money. So the IMF seal is a seal of confidence.
Yes. So when we go now and get this money from the IMF rally and borrow a little more money, with debt to GDP is going to go in the reverse.
Which is what I said, but it is in the reverse right now because remember, the GDP is now down by between 32 and 40%. So right away, that number dropped already.
And that's our gross. What is our gross domestic product now? What is that now?
$3.482 billion. I remember 1/3 of that now gone.
Go again?
3.482 trillion. I remember 32 to 40% of that has been wiped out by the hurricane.
So that's about a third been wiped out.
So the debt to GDP gone up back.
So if a third been wiped out, we're looking at our gross domestic product now at about 2.48 trillion.
Right. And the debt is 2.3 trillion. So check out that.
So we're gone back to about 100%?
So that's why you have to recover fast to get back to which part. That's the point I'm making. The longer it takes to recover, the more you have a strain.
But how we are going to recover fast, Raleigh, when we're not seeing the government out there 21 days after the hurricane? The government is not out there beating the ground, getting things done. In fact, Raleigh, when I went down there, I don't see no government agency on the ground.
them people are saying that I was the hapless finance minister like a child beside the finance minister. That is why Dr. Phillips said, boy, we have to encourage them our plan for runway.
What Dr. Phillips say? We have a plan for
We have
runway.
to encourage them and try them our plan for runway.
You know a song where Buju sing say, I'm a living while I'm living to the Father I will pray. Only him know how we get through every day with all the hike in the price. Arm and leg we have to pay while our leaders play.
Right.
Who can afford to run will run. Here is the question, Raleigh. What about those who can't?
Right, and based on how America is running, majority of us can't.
Ralston.
Because what thing made them carrying out the news, again, me assure the lack of understanding in the media. What thing made them carry is where Letitia James said that Jamaican must get some special treatment because of the hurricane. The fact that is Letitia James said that means that Donald Trump never did that.
Letitia James is a Democrat.
Him hate her like poison. So that's why I say local media don't really understand them and run up on and carry them thing. Them thing they improbable based on who it come from. If it come from somebody else,
maybe.
Yeah.
Hold on there, Raleigh.
What them doing, man.
Hold on there. Let me see if I have a question. Hold on. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Just one quick question.
Yeah.
Should we say we are in a recession?
All right, let me ask Raleigh that. Yeah, Raleigh, you were saying?
Yeah. Mr. Coming from she, he's not going to do it.
Not going to do it?
No.
Marsha just called, should we say that we are in a recession at this time? Not yet, right?
Not yet, but the next set of data coming up in the next couple of quarters is going to show that. DOJ don't acknowledge that already.
So you are...
Based on our government, a move, we could have ended up in a depression because they must slow walk the thing, them clueless and run up and down like either. Them do it already, you know.
Yes, I am aware. 2008, they said that the global recession would benefit Jamaica. And we spoke about all of this leading up to the last election, you know.
Correct.
All of this we spoke about. But Raleigh, I want you to explain to the listeners on Caribbean Radio, 97.9 HD4 over there in Florida. I want you to explain to them, what does it mean to Jamaica, the fact that...
Sir, your shape is incredible. How many times per week do you visit the gym?
0. I'm just doing Tai Chi walking every day. Every man over 50.
...to them. What does it mean to Jamaica, the fact that tourism is down, our export are going to be down, we are going to be importing more food. In fact, even though we have the hurricane, we are going to import more oil and gas.
And capital goods, bulldozers and tractor vehicles and all of them, we have to import more of them things. All right, so watch it now. Last year, the trade deficit, the difference between our physical imports and our physical exports was $5.42 billion. You follow me?
$5.42 billion US dollars.
Yep. And the money we get from tourism was 1.76 billion. And net remittances, difference between inflows and outflows, was 3.128 billion. So them things that couldn't cover the trade deficit. Now, the money we get from remittances and tourism and BPO we used to cover the trade deficit. Now, if you can't cover the trade deficit, you have to go in your reserves. Yeah?
Which we have been doing.
Which we have been doing. And that is why the dollar is under so much pressure. Now, while you're trying to rebuild those sectors, because people are saying this is a long-term thing. This is not tomorrow. This is not next week. This is a long-term thing. So you need a cushion. You need a cushion of the IMF and your multilateral partners where you say, we have some bullets in my drawer. That means IMF money. So the money have things them called precautionary money. When you have to use the money, you want to make sure you have the agreement and you access it. So when you need it, you can go for it. So that is a signal to the speculators on the market that, him still have ammunition enough. Right now, I tell the man, say, we don't have no ammunition.
And then with a weak finance minister,
Yeah, man, clueless.
That takes away more of the confidence from the market.
Precisely, yeah, man. Because nobody not have no confidence there. I should demonstrate why we don't have no confidence, why we not have no confidence there. And that's why me and Martin with the confidence that the multilateral partners have in her. I say, yo, we help them. Because I say, them are idiot.
You think they're going to accept the help?
Well, they don't have no choice. And me I say, people like me and you can't free them and stand by and make them not take the help. Because Dr. Phillips said, is either we help them or we run away.
So we have to help the government. And I said it earlier this evening on the show, that those GLP trolls that just attacking people, but they're not attacking our argument, because we don't mind the attacking, or what we want you to do first is attack the argument. Show us figures to say that rally is wrong. And this is where we are. We are at a better place. We want to see that, you know.
Yep.
But we know rally ain't wrong.
Yep.
But we are saying to the GLP trolls, stand down. You don't understand what is happening. The thing bigger than you. Stand down.
Yeah,
election just done. We are willing to assist the government. Ralston Iman, tell us some of the things that the government should be doing now. Them should have started already, but them not start. Tell us some of the things. Give us a list of the things that the government of Jamaica should be doing now.
First thing, yeah, that me and the most credible finance minister agree upon. Them need to set up what we call a National Office of Reconstruction, which is like EPOC, because them can't manage it. Yeah? So after them set up that Office of National Reconstruction now with engineers, academics, professional people, then them have an evacuation plan where you evacuate the people and clean up the place. Yeah? In the same time, the finance minister must come up with an economic recovery plan, which sets out in detail what is it that we're doing with our multilateral partners, what's the level of assistance we're going to get from our multilateral partners, what is it that she's discussing with the Bank of Jamaica and the Jamaica Bankers Association to bring the interest rates down, extend the moratorium to the people in the small business sector so they can get up back and running. But the first thing we need is a move away from this partisan approach and to set up the National Office of Reconstruction. Well, Dr. Phillips, when we couldn't get no money because of them in 2012-13, Dr. Phillips never have no ego and no political ego. He makes sure set up EPOC because he said this is a matter of national survival.
Yes.
When we're faced with the same situation now, the only difference is that them time we couldn't get no money from nobody. We get money from everybody now.
Yes.
And it's a partisan approach them I take to the thing.
But what is the what is it if they believe that they can do it alone? Why do we not just allow them to do it alone?
Yeah, the man said, if we allow them to do it alone, I better we run away. Because them don't know the matter. At 21 days, them look like them know the matter.
Yeah, but you're saying Ralston say he who knows and knows he not and knows not.
Me just get something from Glenn Christian and them man, the distributors. The man must say, oh, by the way, we have 6 months inventory. But you're the problem. We can't get the food into the people because the whole of the place is blocked up on the money and clean up the place so we can have access to the people and to carry them to the people on time.
So the business people can't get the goods out in time because the place block up.
Yep. And the man wonder why them take so long to clear up the place then. So everybody, as you said, them don't know what the matter. Yep.
Is there another press conference scheduled for this week?
No, I'm not about nothing now. We're trying to them clown show them, brother. Nothing now come out of them. But the people who are in a press conference, the people who are action, who are evacuation, near all the minister event, yeah? Dr. Daz, weeks ago, Dr. Daz talked about the probability of leptospirosis and all kind of disease.
Yes.
And a man who don't know nothing about medicine, I tell the man about the man I call national alarm. Today we hear tough and I said, by the way, we're trying to clean up the dead dogs and the carcasses because
yes.
Aside
that the government is now going to try and bury the dead animals.
Yeah,
3 weeks after the hurricane, the government is now saying that they are going to try and bury those dead carcasses.
Yeah, man. Them brother forget fired, man. I joke this again, that man. Joke.
Me no know. Me I beg for people start love people again because some of the response that we are getting from the labor right trolls and supporters sound to me like they don't love people. So, Ralston, we need to go to the IMF. We need to put this Office of Reconstruction together. We need to get a plan.
You need to go to IMF. You need to go to IDB. You need to go to World Bank. Yeah.
What about the Caribbean Development Bank?
Yeah?
What about the Caribbean Development Bank? We need to see them.
Yeah, man. All of them multilateral partners there because you ever need the money.
Yes.
Remember, I know. Tax revenues are down. Up to today, tax administration tells us most of them offices in Western Jamaica are open.
Still not open yet.
Yeah, that means the tax revenues are down. So I forget borrowed money. Yeah, IMF money out of the fiscal accounts. The money we get from the World Bank, IDB, and CDB. That are the money we can use for the fiscal accounts to build back the place and sort out the people in. Again, one thing that I remind the people about. When them bankrupt to the country and they get the GDP, more of them take me on and call any one of them right now to 147%. One thing with the man them tell Dr. Phillips, so we have to work with them resignation every day. You have to find a way to pay down the debt fast. So him say, all right, we'll take 11.45 billion from the National Housing Trust for 4 years to deal with this problem. Andrew will let's carry the government to court.
Yes.
Yeah? And after the IMF agreement terminated in 2016, them still take the money for 10 years. The amount of money them take for the 10 years is equivalent to the amount of money them overpay the debt by, while the people them now have a good house to live in.
So that is also another $100 billion.
$115 billion, yeah.
They overpay the debt by an estimated $100 billion. They took $100 billion from the National Housing Trust, and they have spent close to $1 billion US trying to defend the dollar. So that's another $160 billion.
Yeah, what about to stop doing that now and use some of that money there to provide some proper housing for the people at affordable rates and use up some of the land them with the government have, where them sit down upon idle and stop use the land them to build houses where the people them can buy. So they have to stop the housing trust, but that's been part of the reconstruction plan now because that should have stopped 10 years ago.
Will the government needs to provide grants to the people, so to some of our small business people?
Of course. Yeah. So I talked to David Lowe from the Development Bank of Jamaica tomorrow morning. So what's the space about what the DBJ plan to do?
Yes. So grants must be a thing for people. Because look at this, Ralston. Let's say a man have a shop, him have a bar, him have 2 vehicles, him have a house. And that he had that up to the 27th of October. On the 29th of October, him have no house, no business, no vehicle, wanna wash away, mash up, no money. What will the government have to do for somebody like that?
Him house full of mud, him live amongst whole bad dead animal, him now have no toilet for going on, them thing there.
And him have a loan. And him have a loan with the bank.
Precisely. So that is why we say, all them thing there, we need fear from the finance minister. She must outline a comprehensive strategy. Then like the people them from BBJ come and give with the micro side of it. That's what Dr. Phillips used to do. A comprehensive strategy and then the people them come with micro. Yeah, that is how you inspire confidence. You don't know nothing about finance or what you do.
What advice you have for the Minister of Finance, Raleigh?
Well, what I said to the Minister of Finance, you have 21 days. You need to develop a national reconstruction plan, which includes what you have been discussing with our multilateral partners.
Hold on, Raleigh. She have not been discussing anything with them. The IMF tell her that.
Right. So I'm telling her that she needs to start doing that.
Yes.
Yeah? And you need to tell her what is it with the Bank of Jamaica issue a statement. She should be the one who issue statements and say, this is what I've been discussing with the Bank of Jamaica. This is what I've been discussing with the Exim Bank. This is what I've been discussing with the Development Bank of Jamaica. This is what I've been discussing with the development partners. This is how we are going to do this. These are the timelines. Yeah.
Who is the finance minister's advisors? Who are the advisors to the finance minister?
Well, I can't tell you now.
You don't know that?
Yeah?
You don't know that?
Yeah, well, I know the financial secretary, but I mean, the financial secretary is an experience for us.
No, but don't they have some consultants?
Well, me about some brother, I never know them man, they know about finance. And told me, see, it looked like the Prime Minister or the Finance Minister, yeah? And it looked like there's no Finance Minister because the Prime Minister don't know about finance.
Who are the advisors to the Prime Minister?
Boy, look like him advise himself, you know, brother.
Hold on, the man. Then Ralston, you don't know who shouldn't these be public knowledge? Who are the advisors to the Prime Minister? The advisors to the Finance Minister, who are the consultants?
Well, from a technical standpoint, just about them, yeah. The public should know that, but from a technical standpoint, you have the Bank of Jamaica governor, you have the brother when you Wayne from the Planning Institute of Jamaica, yeah. Them people me know of. Me don't know of nobody else, yeah, who are advising.
Somebody's asking. Yesterday evening, I was talking to Al Edwards, and I think he said Nigel Clark is here. I don't know if he was joking or is that serious. Is Nigel Clark on the island?
Not to my knowledge.
Not to your knowledge.
No. Not to my knowledge. We don't know of that.
Ralston?
But I'm sure that if he was here and he was managing the thing, he would have the better than she.
Well, you always the same name that go on with nothing, but you look like you'd prefer him right now.
But I prefer him more than she right now, man. Trust me. Yeah, because he made the mistake of overpaying the debt and left us vulnerable. From she come then October after I'm leaving. Can you remember anything that she do or said?
Well, she said you could have put on $2,000 a month to buy a Pro Box. Caribbean Radio 97.9 HD4.
Well, me I tell you this. So if you say we bipartisan, at 37 years, me I deal with this thing. And apart from Foggy Mullins, yeah, she had the worst finance minister Jamaica ever had.
And Foggy Mullins was a PNP finance minister.
PNP, all right, that me I try to tell you. So we have to them say we're not biased. Me have the most experience in that thing. 37 years, and she had the worst apart from Foggy.
And you have not gotten a call from them yet, Ralston. With all that is happening, they have not given you a call.
Oh.
The government.
The madman, not did man like me, man.
Why? But why? The Prime Minister talks about unity, all hands on deck. Why they don't call you?
Because as I said, they're not dealing with no bipartisan approach. Yeah, them know say me was Dr. Phillips' right-hand man. Them never ask Dr. Phillips to them do nothing.
And for some people who've been talking, because they thought, you know, a whole heap of fools out there on social media, they thought that you were advising Omar Davis, you know.
I was Omar Davis' nemesis.
See him like how Ralston beat Faval. He used to beat Omar. In fact, them time the Ralston, I used to wonder if he was a labor right, you know. I swear to God.
Yeah, but seriously though, Colin, it's personally denigrating to call Omar Davies' name and Faval Williams' name in the same sentence.
Absolutely.
Don't ever do that again.
Absolutely.
The last time Jamaica grew by 3%. I'm going to tell the trolls them can check it.
Yes.
Omar Davies was the finance minister. The Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility was signed off by Omar Davies on June 1 of 2007.
And that's the one that pays 90 million US.
Right, precisely, already.
Yes.
Them talk about FinSAC. Despite FinSAC, Omar Davies brought the debt to GDP ratio from 262% where Mr. Siaga left in 1989 to 115% in 2007. Yeah?
Yes.
Poverty was 9% in 2007. Unemployment was 9% in 2007. The fiscal deficit was 5% of GDP in 2007. And Jamaica's net international reserves were 2.4 billion in 2007, coming from minus 500 million under Mr. Siaga. Omar Davis is the first man who passed 12 straight IMF tests and paid off the IMF.
And said bye-bye to the IMF.
Yep.
What year was that? What year was that?
1995. And then we went on a staff monitoring program. A staff monitoring program is where the IMF come and check off the area and say, yo, man, everything good. And we never go back to the IMF until they mismanaged the financial crisis in 2010. So check it from 1995 to 2010. 15 years.
Somebody's asking what you think about you Small, who was a finance minister as well.
Well, him was top of the line, but in Faval can't compare you Small line. Foggy and Favor can't compare this man. But him was the top of the line. Omar Davis took over from him.
So you say Foggy Mullins and Favor are battle for last. Who would have last? Foggy or Favor?
Foggy. So it's a fear.
Where's the Foggy worse than Favor?
Yeah, but Foggy just never understand the subject.
Okay. Raleigh,
Yeah.
big up yourself. You said tomorrow morning. Who you have on tomorrow morning?
Dr. David Lowe from the Development Bank of Jamaica. He'll tell us what he'll be doing for the micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises sector.
Blessings, my brother. Thanks.
But I told them that I have no question. What them there?
Them
run, right?
Well, they are here learning, and then them go sit down now and call who them want to call and say, Ralston said this, and then them say you drink rum and me smoke weed. And we are idiot.
Tell them to call broker himself.
Them say Keith Duncan assisting Favor with financial plans.
Yeah, I mean, that, to me, that don't make a whole lot of difference.
Raleigh, we'll talk. I'll be tuning.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
Peter Phillips make them money prominent in a macro business. You know? Them money come at EPOC, come learn about macro business. Them money just them little micro thing around them little institution. Richard Biles and Pete Duncan. Them was in a macro planning before Dr. Peter Phillips created EPOC. Them money come at EPOC, come learn about them things.
So them what debt of gratitude to Dr. Peter Phillips?
Precisely. Make them prominent even though they don't have certain knowledge. Remember that.
Raleigh, it's a whole heap of things.
None of them can contradict that.
I'll go and talk to Dr. Kenneth Russell in a little bit. But tell me something, Raleigh. When we go borrow this whole heap of money now and start building back, how we going to grow the economy to spur that kind of growth that is needed? That is how I said. So watch me. You have to build back the country's capital stock. When you build back capital stock, houses, road, bridges, it have a big multiplier effect on the economy. And whole heap of capital works we have to do now because we neglect that for years. Yeah? So that will give you a fast spur. Then we have to build out agriculture. Then we have to build out the creative industry we talk about. And if people really conscious and look where we're going, look on the response of the people in the entertainment industry in comparison to the government of Jamaica. Check it out. You know, one of the questions that I want to put on the table, Ralston, what role is Babsy Grange playing in the recovery? Because I said it to you the other day that this is an increasing opportunity for the creative industry to grow. Yeah, man. And there are some things that ministry should be doing right now to ensure that we make some money out of Melissa. The question is, what is the Minister of Entertainment doing in this recovery? Yeah, so we need to hear from her. That is why we need to hear what is the recovery plan. Because the recovery plan must include building out by the country infrastructure, housing infrastructure, drain, river training, gully infrastructure, the creative industry, the agricultural sector, energy policy. All those things have to be key in the recovery plan. And get that logistics up going. Get the logistics up going. All them things. We just get a report from Kingston about how the amount of money we them make from logistics and them terminal operations and all of them things. And they must say, we don't want to get much damage from Hurricane Melissa, so up and running, CMA. Yeah. So I tell you about the potential of them things there. Yeah. So those are things that we need to focus on, but you can't do it if you are going to take a partisan approach because them don't have the talent over there. When Dr. Phillips was in a problem, he never said, boy, this is just a PNP thing. In search of the talent like we, them as me I tell you about Biles and Duncan, Norman Grant from the agricultural sector, Eileen Davis White from the trade union sector. So we have to support the workers affected and nobody from the trade union. Yeah? Where there is no council, the people fall. Yeah, man. Where there is lots of council, you have security. That's the big man of the country. You can't make them look you to them win an election, come go and like say, them are bosses and them are the people, them servants. We have to wake up people and know, say, them brother, they are servants, and you put them there. So nobody make them come with them little parties and things and make them suffer. The people have to rise up and make them know, say, we don't appreciate that. We want a national committee because we know so we don't have the talent. 21 days, I want to show that clearly, say, we don't have the talent to deal with this thing. No plan. Raleigh, I know you're a football man. This evening, Curacao Reggae Boys in the National Stadium. Yeah. What you say? All right, here's my thing now. I'm going to like them win. But watch me now. It shows you how the country I go back way. When we look on where we were in 1998,
Yeah? We don't have Panama for play. We don't have USA for play. We don't have Canada for play. We don't have Mexico for play. We are struggling as one with Curacao and then little side. It tells us that we have a back way. The football is not being developed.
We up 2-love over there.
That's the point me I make. We get some little youth from England. The Jamaican football thing now developed.
That is the next thing, Raleigh. That is the next thing. I am looking at the team and I'm saying these people don't even have national consciousness. In the match between Trinidad and Tobago, I was looking to see every reggae boy have on a black armband mourning the people who lost their lives in the hurricane. That was non-existent. And I am calling on them. We have over 1,000 people watching this right now on YouTube. We have thousands listening to it on Caribbean radio. Somebody must call the JFF and ensure that when the boys run out at 8 this evening, every man have on a black armband mourning the loss of the people who died in Hurricane Melissa. The flag must be flown at half-staff. A minute of silence must be done.
Why not see that? Most of the men on the side are just share opportunities. You know. They never get a game to play for England and then career done and then want to reach World Cup. So them Jamaica'S a soft target.
Yes.
When we go World Cup in 1998, about 5 men were there from England. You know. Most of the side are Jamaican. So that
about 3 men qualified. About 3 men come qualify, and then 2 more men join.
Precisely.
Yeah, Burton, Paul, Fitzroy Simpson.
Yeah, Robbie Earl.